Carnival Cruise Lines has announced that the Carnival Victory has received a new name. U.S. Senator Lisa Murkowski has introduced new legislation for Alaska cruising. And lastly, I got a cruise comment that I cannot believe the audacity of some people that I want to share with y'all today. And we're going to get into it right after this. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. So Carnival Cruise Lines did announce today that the Carnival Victory has been officially renamed the Carnival Radiance, becoming the third cruise ship in the Carnival Sunshine class of vessel, along with the Carnival Sunshine, who was formerly the Carnival Destiny, and the Carnival Sunrise, which was formerly the Carnival Triumph. Now, the Carnival Radiance is currently in the final stages of a $200 million refit, where she is going to be getting all of Carnival's Fun 2.0 ship upgrades, including the new Shaquille O'Neal's Big Chicken restaurant at Poolside. Now, she is scheduled to be completed with the refit on October the 18th, and after that, she's going to begin a 7-week journey to her final home in Long Beach, California. So this past week, U.S. Senator Lisa Murkowski from Alaska did state she planned to introduce new legislation to provide a permanent exemption for cruises that travel to Alaska from the Passenger Vessel Services Act. And as of yesterday, that has officially happened. The Cruising for Alaska's Workforce Act was introduced yesterday into legislation, and now it begins the process to see if it can possibly eventually become a law. So we'll keep an eye on that one as it moves through the government, and you never know, we may end up with a permanent exemption to the Passenger Vessel Services Act, where cruise ships would no longer be required to make a stop in Alaska. They can do as they are currently doing under the Alaskan Tourism Restoration Act, which does have an expiration date, but it does allow them to currently skip Canadian ports, which is why Alaska cruises are able to go on right now. But this new legislation would be a permanent exemption to that law, provided there is not a U.S. company that carries 1,000 passengers or more doing those same sailings. And last but not least, I got to talk about this cruise comment because, most of us are just happy to cruise. Most of us are just happy to be back out there. But there are some people that I honestly wish would just stay home, stay off our cruise ships, stay out of our industry altogether with your negative attitude. It's just not something that we need. But let me read this to you. Now, this, of course, was written to Mr. John Heald. I do follow his page on Facebook, and I'm surprised at the audacity of some people, of some of the things that they type and send to this man. But I guess, everybody is super brave behind the keyboard. You got your keyboard warriors that just want to type in whatever and don't really care because, of course, nobody knows them. I doubt this is something that they would honestly say to his face. But let me read this to you. It says, "Here you go again, John. Carnival is back, and so is your biased misinformation. You do not need to tip the embarkation porters, as you said in a reply to a question. I don't tip them anything, and nothing has ever happened to our bags. They receive a really good hourly salary for the minimum skill level job that they have. After all, it does not take a lot of training or a high IQ level to learn how to pick up a bag, carry it 5 feet, deposit it in a cart. You said to tip $5. Are you on the take?" Somebody actually wrote that. Somebody actually hit send. Now, his response to that was someone had asked him a question about tipping the porters. That was, of course, his suggestion. Now, let me do say this much. It is an individual's decision to whether or not you want to tip the porters when you drop off your bags or not. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you don't have to. I personally choose to tip them. I think that they take my bag, they get it on the ship for me. I'm going to give them a tip. and I always tip a few dollars per bag. Now, that is just me. If you don't tip the porters, I'm not judging you for not tipping the porters. However, if you're going to write in and talk about how they have a low IQ job, so because of that, they just don't deserve anything because they don't work hard enough, that is your reason why you don't tip? Not because they do a bad job, not because they're unfriendly, not because you don't believe in tipping, but because you've turned your nose up and you're looking down at another person's job. That kind of pisses me off. And like I said, that is the kind of people I don't want to see on a cruise ship. So if you're the person that wrote this, stay off our ships. We honestly don't need you. And I did go through and read the comments of people who responded to this, and I did not find a single comment in there where someone was agreeing with this individual whatsoever. And like I said, if you don't tip them, that is your business, but you don't have to write in and be rude and nasty about it. It's just rude. And it's rude to people who are doing a job. It's rude to people who are providing you a service in an industry that is supposed to be all about service. And that's what I think the audacity of the comment is. Not that they tip or don't tip. It's just how they present that particular position. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Is this person right? Are they low skilled, low IQ job and they don't deserve anything? Or when you hand your bag off to the porters, if you hand your bag off to the porters, because I do know some people carry their stuff on board a ship, do you tip them as well? Let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's cruise news video. If you have, do me a favor, let's give it a thumbs up. Have yourselves a great day, and we will see you out on the high seas.